There is no such thing as the first cell reproducing molecule that gave rise to life. Ever since Darwin's time, Darwinists are talking about the mythical first cell that supposedly came into being spontaneously. This mythical first cell was described in Darwin's day as a small balloon filled with water, because under the primitive conditions of Darwin's time, nobody even knew that what the cell really looked like. It was irrationally suggested that this mythical first cell came into being spontaneously in water. It was claimed that all the varieties of life developed from this first cell that came into being by chance. Contrary to the claims of evolutionists, enormous scientific progress was made in the 20th century, and the intricate structure of the cell was fully revealed. It was seen that a single cell has a more complex structure than the city of New York, that it was impossible for even a single protein inside the cell, let alone a cell itself, to come about spontaneously. The idea that the cell came into being in muddy water is therefore scientifically illogical and impossible. These facts caused a terrible panic among Darwinists. The theory of evolution had collapsed right at the beginning of life. Darwinists are unable to account for how a protein might have formed spontaneously. So they can claim that the beginning of life was the first molecule capable of self-reproducing. First of all, there is no such thing as a self-reproducing molecule. If this molecule was a protein, the smallest unit inside the living cell, then it must be borne in mind that proteins themselves have no self-reproductive property. In order for a protein to be able to self-replicate, it needs other proteins, DNA, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, cytoplasm, energy manufacturing mitochondria, and the cell membrane. In short, a fully equipped cell. In order to be able to explain life, Darwinists have to account for the formation of a single cell, but they are still unable to account for how a single protein might have emerged spontaneously. A tiny protein inside the cell totally demolishes Darwinism.